You better go. Oh, Chris, now he's not made up his mind. He's getting back in. I'm back. Alright. Oh, right. So we're gonna have a look at these. There's no more, yeah. We're gonna have a look at these side quests. I don't know if we'll get them all done today, but the goal is to try and get them all done today. But I think the first thing we're gonna do is let's run over and grab some potions, some extra potions. Oh man. And all that. Anyway, it was nice for Bull to pop his head in for a moment. For sure. Hopefully he didn't catch too much spoiler stuff. I don't want to ruin these games for anyone. You know, like I'm aware, like if I held off for like a, you know, like a month or so, then like, you know, the streams probably get more views or you know, and it'd be safer for people to watch. But I don't want to be late on this stuff. I want to like see it. It's the stuff I'm excited about. But like, unfortunately, because the channel is sort of built, not built around, but there's, you know, like, because people have similar interests to me. Everyone likes Final Fantasy that watches anyway, or some of the people that watch regularly are also Final Fantasy fans. So there's that issue of, you know, like, well, if I do it when it comes out, the regulars might not want to watch it as much because they want to see it themselves. But I also want to play it, so I'm going to play it. Ask about the voids.
The sound of ringing still.
It's filled the street of the voids since back before anyone can remember. There's no smith worth his soul who didn't pretense under one of the village masters. Me and Zoltan worked old Vulcan's foundry till our lungs burned and our skin turned black. But we were happy.
So we weren't.
Things changed, people change. And we can either change with them, or we can stay stuck in the past. Me and my old mate, we've chosen to put our past behind us, so that Dalmazoid can have a future. A future where the young smiths can be proud to work, proud of work done. Done well, and well done right. Just like here.
Who knows?
Maybe someday my patience will be, my prentice, I don't know, will be someone else's master. And work them just as hard as I do him.
You do what you need to do, Clive.
I'm gonna.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there.
I can't remember, like,
Stock up while you can.
crystal-wise, what you're doing, but so for I'm because it's
Coin purse weighing you down.
I was trying to think, is he before or after dealing with Titan?
It'd better all
Because I was thinking, when's Jill's revenge? But that's
blind, you know.
that's
It'd better all be here.
that's
Not find
after
a better
Titan.
price than
So
that.
it's you have the battle, I think. Do you? It's definitely before. Because that's where you go to the lava place. And then she does that. You fight the Mother Crystal. Yeah.
Is that all?
I think that's pretty, like, early, right? It's a decent scratch, though. I mean, like, that's... where is that? That's... If we go to stage replay, that's... here. Drake's Breath. That's pretty good. I mean, what were you? We're like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more ahead. Stage-wise. But I've been doing all the extra bits and bobs. I'm not sure if everyone else is doing all the extra bits and bobs. I'm sure there's some people streaming the game that aren't bothering with the extra bits and bobs, not doing the side quests or whatever. But for me, like, you gotta do it. You gotta have a full thing. I'm just hoping that when people are going through it and whatnot, if anyone does come in on the channel and go like, oh, I'm doing this part here and there, and I can try and go like, oh yeah, I know that, and give something more to them rather than just, I did that. But my memory is so shocking. I mean, it's a shame. That's it there. That's the Chimera right there. Right there. I see it. I see it. Do you know what? I'm just happy we got that dragon done, honestly. That dragon was a bastard. It's weird that we've not fought a behemoth yet, but there have been mentions of behemoths. It's kind of weird that, like, you know, there's a couple, like, things that we haven't seen. I mean, maybe there is a cactus somewhere in the desert, and I've just not stumbled across it, but it's like a random rare enemy or something. Anyway, there's that Chimera. It's going to be worse than the Akashic one, or at least it should be. It's an S rank. It's a black Chimera. Is that, like, significant?
Straight home now.
Gorgamir. Gorgamira. Gorgamira.
We're not going to outrun this one. Stay close.
I didn't think that's what I was doing. I thought this is what I was doing. Come on. I thought I had that. Come on. If I can, I'd like to stagger him and then do the rest of my stuff. Delta attack, what's this? Some damage. I shouldn't have done some of that though. Oh, 91. We nearly broke 100 on that. We nearly broke 100 on that damage. That should tell you just how much life this thing has. While I had it. Okay. We win. Notorious Mark Slayman, an S rank first try. Pretty good. What was he, 43? I didn't even see the level. I thought it was going to be worse. I thought it was going to be worse than that. I'll be honest here. I'll cock him.
Nice. Should have met on someone her own size.
Okay. Line in the sand. I thought that was going to be worse than the dragon. I dragged him down to the ground and killed him. That's what I did.
That, you naughty thief! And that!
Oh.
Stop it, Renz!
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure?
I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats.
Nice.
And firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
But we'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face.
Don't buy
The
it.
longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud, by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause, and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more?
Yeah, well, Underhill's here.
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable soul. He reminds me of you.
I'll go and speak with him.
Lines in the sand. Okay.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's easy. One of them swings a sword, the other forges them.
I don't know if that's true, but
A League of Outlaws.
sure.
Sounds like we have some competition.
Sounds like we have me winning. Hey, Victor.
Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. When I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about how to organize our forces. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon at as many camps as we can. We can't give this league of theirs time to rally its forces.
All right. Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver, just out there across the dunes.
Leave it with me.
Chris the dudes. Alright, let's do it. Hey, Ambrose. Oh, man.
Faster! Those ne'er-do-wells.
I don't know if I ever give the tip out people. Should have told Bull though if he saws plus missions just to do them. I don't know if I told him the last time I saw him. Oh shit. He'll figure it out, I'm sure. He's a smart cookie. Alright.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers.
Locke and Fingers.
Take his head off!
What's Odin gonna have to really, like, seal that deal, though, you know? Because Odin's gonna have to have some pretty hot shit. I think that one guy was caught on, like, one of the spikes. Nope. Only 360. God, my coffers are looking good though, aren't they? Jeez.
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you?
Yo, I is here.
Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, of course not.
No, but that's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalimil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
Oh man,
I don't know
he
where
said
we go
fuck.
from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right now.
And don't worry, he's got one.
All right.
People turn their back on people just for that. It's crazy. It's too much, man. This system's broken when we need to fix it. I'm about to rage in the machine. I'm killing in the name of.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls, not within them.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you
Oh
agree.
my god, this quest takes 12 hours from
handle
what
the
I've heard.
townsfolk.
You have to speak to every single
I'm a down
person
like
and
born
convince
bred,
them
they
not to
listen to
be
me. You
crystalist.
head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial of interlocutors. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
Why are you taking the bearer's side, Victor? Are you one too?
You know I'm not. Just listen.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside? It's driving away our customers.
He knew all along that
I like her dress.
Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right. I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this at least he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil. And they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refuse to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
Why do they always have to make...
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
For a share in Lubor's ill-gotten gil, perhaps?
His ill-gotten guilt. I think it was pretty honest.
I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope. But
that's all.
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
I would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. But where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind. Thank you.
Quest complete. Ah, well. Racism wins again. Damn it. Fuck's sake. Right, so I guess we're moving on to the next one. There's no follow-up quest.
If you're going to try and convince me to stay, save your breath. I will not put those children at risk.
Why didn't he tell us?
I'm going to go with him. Why is everyone being mean to Lubor? He didn't do anything wrong.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
For a share in Lubor's ill-gotten guilt, perhaps.
What do you mean, don't jump to
Where's,
Lubor has been lying to us from the beginning. How can we trust him?
You may have your business interests to consider, my lord, but do not think you can sway us with your honeyed words.
feels like there should be another quest, right? To wins the people over. And I don't see Victor here. Who dis? At the end of the hallway, who dis? Just townspeople.
I heard it was Sid the Outlaw who tracked the Fang. But if that's true...
Alright. What up, Cyril? What up?
Crossfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little unless, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of Ultima's touch.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted not far from here. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov, a small hamlet built around a fallen airship. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings, but if you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discoveries they have made to you directly.
Collect survey these findings at Silverstead. Alright.
Alright. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village after but a short walk.
Thank you. I will.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord. May the Firebird's flames burn ever in your heart.
Duty undying. How do I get down? How do I get there? Probably that way. Open map. Okay, there isn't yet. Let's take the guided path. I imagine when I'm done with NMs, I'm gonna get a what do you call it? Like a trophy from Nectar. But who knows? Because I think if you get done with people's quests, they give you little trophies with a little inscription so you can read them and whatnot. Continue down through this rock. Okay. And now we're on a new path. Yeah. Maybe this will open up the other way. But we haven't been down here yet, so this is new. This is okay. Thank you. Thanks for that. You just knocked me off the path for nothing. Like, literally just knocks me off and then walks away. Like that was good, wasn't it? Like, no, it was not good. That was shit. Why'd you do that?
Good girl.
Why would you do that? All right, we haven't been up here because, you know, we haven't been around here at all. So let's see what here has. Goblin muggers. Hill Gigas. Go. Look. Well, not that way then. Let's go this way. What have we got? It's just a way to fight goblins. That's all that is. Titan's Wake. Am I going through it? No, but there is something over here. Which I reckon this will lead to a challenge. It leads to an egg. I guess we should get that egg. I mean, if there's an egg here, we should go for it. Alright, let's Mega Flare 2 here. If his stagger persists, this might kill him.
Farewell.
Alright, that's my egg. Ring of Destruction. Ring of Destruction. Increased magic burst will damage by 15%. That's pretty good.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Ambrosia. Fly, Ambrosia. Yo, Ambrosia, what you doing, bruv? Come on, let's fly. Cash in now. Oh.
Thanks, girl.
Thank you. Time to go through through the village. Uh-oh. People are dead.
Oh no.
You'll pay for this.
The goddamn machines, they did it.
There may still be survivors.
Oh. Oh. Calm down. This will probably do it anyway. This will just boom, and then what? Where's the new enemies? Oh, okay. As we go. I wrecked that. Like, they didn't have a chance. Except for when they hit me that one time. Okay, so... But let's forget about that, because that didn't happen.
Whatever that thing is, say it's their leader.
Oh, it's fool's gold, so... That's what this thing is.
Nice try.
Oh, I was really hoping there'd be more. Here you go. He didn't have that much health, man. The Chimera had more. I mean, the Chimera wasn't answering NM, so maybe that's why. Hello.
Farewell.
An S rank NM have more health than just an enemy in a side quest? Really? I wonder how much health that dragon had. And how much I could have maybe have gotten out of that thing. Wonder if those little robots are conscious.
Colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Oh, no.
Who are you?
We're John and John and Jonathan.
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
Ah, don't worry about it.
You call that a mercy?
Yeah. What?
Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins. A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray,
what's up
take
with
with our humble thanks.
Clive's eyes? They're like
May
grey.
the Firebird's flame burn ever
Were
in
they
your
always
heart,
grey?
as it does in ours.
Did he always have grey eyes? I don't think he did.
To lay down your life for another, but for a survey, I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Think no more of us, my lord. Only deliver our findings to the bearer of the burning quill.
Okay. It is pretty shit though. They don't put self-preservation up very high. I mean, like, that's dedication to the task, but see, that's one of the reasons I couldn't be in like the army. I think, you know, it's that thing of like you're meant to put your commanders above you, risk your life for your fellow soldier, and all that. I don't think I'm that kind of guy. I'm the kind of guy that a gunshot goes off, he pisses his pants and hides. That's me. I'm not jump in front of a bullet to save my captain kind of material, you know? But that's just me. Everyone else is jump in front of a bullet to save a streamer kind of people, but not like me. I wouldn't, you know, if I saw a streamer getting shot, I wouldn't jump in front of them. I'd say that's one less competition person for me. You know, I'd be happy about it. Oh my god.
Ah, you are returned, my lord.
I collected your colleagues' preliminary findings. Here, take them.
A scroll containing a preliminary findings of the Undying's ill-starred venture into the ruins of Kretov, sealed with a wax imprint of a phoenix feather.
My thanks. I shall study them and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might aid you in your fight against Ultima.
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses in Kretov. Losses which could have been avoided had the others not chosen to complete their work instead of saving their friends. Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty, and should we die in discharging it, so be it.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations, and your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change them. We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order exists for that purpose, and that purpose alone.
Why the Phoenix,
Cyril,
though?
I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please. For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice, my lord.
I shall place it in this
will
bin.
Permit me to respond. Our faith in his grace, Joshua Rossfield, is absolute. And we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is my hope that we may continue to do our duty together.
Alright, today's test. What happens if you drink poison? We gotta know and report it back to Joshua. We don't want him drinking poison if poison's bad to drink. So everyone take a sip. Alright, that's 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead. I think we can conclude here, guys. The poison's pretty bad. 4 dead. Right, 4 dead, guys. We gotta tell Joshua right now. We gotta tell him drinking poison ain't good. We've done a good pursuit here. Okay. Ridiculous. What kind of test was they running? I probably just missed it, but I do not know. I do not know what kind of test they were running.
What's happened?
Nothing's happened. Alright, where's your sister, dude? Where's Emil? Amelia.
Ah, Clive. You'll be pleased to know that the negotiations are progressing well.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving this many bearers at once.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't do me a quick favor, could you?
You want to clear out the village again? Trading places too? Do him a favor? Yeah.
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long we have until the bearers arrive. Find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these supplies moved.
Oh, God.
All right. I'll go and ask.
Okay, well,
Thanks, Clive.
My intuition tells me I'm going to get there, and everyone's going to be slaughtered. Hopefully not. Oh, thank Christ. Well, it'd be kind of weird if he didn't know she was dead over here.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault, not yours.
Okay, so
I know,
bearers are dead, maybe?
No buts about it, all right?
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the army jumped at the chance.
And you had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And we were so close.
El, what's happened?
Well, we nick them then.
I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look happy.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about the bearers. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually, and at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone? You sure that's wise?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an owl ahead and request a meeting. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from
Randalar.
From meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us, then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but... is this what she really wants?
You have to trust her.
You're right. It's what she wants now. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my friend. I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. We'll make sure the place is well stocked and defended. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off. If she won't consider her prospects, someone has to.
I'll do my best.
It's a life well lived if the reason you kept getting busy and didn't follow your dreams is because you were saving slaves.
Better not keep Eloise waiting. What's happened?
Even if she doesn't go for whatever she wanted to do. I think she's got good reason to say she had a life well lived.
What I wouldn't give for a hot.
When are they gonna let us through?
They ain't letting you through, dude. Come on. You wanted a hot meal? They only let people through that eat out of the fucking fridge. You got a microwave? Put it fucking back. Alright. 12 gil. Such a pittance. Oh my god. Couldn't even buy myself a fucking... what's a cheap piece of food in Final Fantasy? Bread? I don't even know. Even then, like, you could see some fucking...
No mistakes.
Shit. 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 Oh my god, I got lucky there. Oh my god, that thing, like, it came to cleave me. Get out of here. Wait. Wait. Get out. Go away. I want to fight you. I don't want to do that. Get away from me. Get away. Is this what you wanted? Yeah, didn't think so.
Straight home now.
Hey, Eloise.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the Consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves, and then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The Consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not mutual. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to withdraw my interest. And with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
It's not Otto or something, right? I mean, who could it be? Across the water.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. And he did just that. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers. But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, the bearers are to be well treated. Which is something, at least. But they deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them freed.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them. They need help, and fast.
Oh my god, dude.
Theo!
A dragon?
I'll go on ahead.
It's too much.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just... make sure he's safe.
I'll try, dude. That's the goal, right? Save people.
Hold on, Theo. I'm coming.
Daddy's coming. What just happened here? Oh, we got a new... Okay. Hold on, Theo. Daddy's coming. Alright, this way?
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's make... We're gonna make our way. Make our way downtown. Going places passing bound. And I need you. Oh. Okay, I'm happy with that. We bonk him on the head a little bit. Okay. So what is it? It's 854? Yeah, 854. 8 potions, 5 high potions, and 4 tonics. Still only 2 elixirs though. And then a last elixir, which even though I have, like, who's not use. Can I jump down? Alright, but that'll kick me off the bird straight away, right? So, there you go. Okay, he's still standing, which is good news. Oh, that's not him.
Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area is flooded with ether.
Yeah, he's probably
Just have to pray makes it
dead.
out in one piece.
I can do better than that. Torgal, with me.
I mean, the thing is, like, he's a bearer, so he can bear it.
Theodore led the dragon upriver. God's help him. I only hope he's still alive.
There's an ether flood up ahead. I know Theo's a bearer, but even he can't stay in there forever.
But, it's the dragon, you know? Like, I don't think he's going to be good against the dragon. Hopefully we get there. He's not dead. I never trust anything. Like, this game is super grim, you know? Like, people just die. To be fair, though, some of the other Final Fantasy games have been grim. Like, some of them, like, people die left, right, and center. It's not like no. Again, not trying to do that. Curatives and curatives. Alright.
Where are you, Theo?
That was pretty sweet. I did like a thing where I went up in the air and then I changed to Shiva. It's pretty cool. Alright, got him in the air there. Right. So we're gonna be fighting an 8th Relic Kashyyyk dragon at the moment. I don't see a dude standing around. See a lot of shit though.
Damn it. The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned.
Okay, everything's together. Let's do it. Oh, I didn't know you escaped. We're gonna fight in a Kashyyyk Theodore, aren't we?
I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Yeah, I fought tougher dragons. Come on. Just gonna let me wait. I might have fought tougher dragons, but I'm a little rusty. Oh, there we go. I hit the 10,000 mark. I'm happy with that. That's all I was trying to do there, really. Hitting that 10,000 is like real nice though. This is exactly what I wanted to do. Like, ever since I got that 50,000 and then I got that 80 something thousand, I was like, man, that 80,000. Like, I wonder if I can hit 100. We just did, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore!
And so will you!
Theodore. Take care of my sister.
Theodore, wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
She was like, you should go make sure that place is safe. She's going to start blaming herself, man. That's not good.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one, For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to... I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people, save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be, bringing smiles to people's faces just like we always have, and to Theo's. Wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can. Whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then. For Theodore.
Guess some quests are better left undone. The Crimson Caravan signboard. The emblem of the Crimson Caravans, porter, of wide renown. They are based in Bucklad, where traders from across Vastinia flock to browse their thousand tables, and transport their wares either throughout the Dominion or on the down of the Crystal Road to the land beyond.
The Crimson Caravans is my family business now, and I would not exchange it for the world. I brought Theo here to be safe, and I have never looked back since.
Oh, there's only 2 more quests apparently. And we're done with NMs in the we're done with NMs here, which is interesting to see. Like, it says that we're complete in this region. We're done. Not in this one, or in this one though. Alright. Let's see what Martha's got.
Ah, Clive, I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As have those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in servitude, but now they're their own masters. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach them. And if you're wondering why you, well, the wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic around the village of late. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you.
Just hope the village hasn't gone Akashic.
All right.
Thanks. Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to. There. That should be enough to keep him in Gazal Greens for a few years at least.
Gazal Greens.
Yeah, not good to eat.
Mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole.
They're like
Better
stinky,
that
aren't
than
they?
something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love 'em too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean all of us. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
Rekindling the flame too. Alright, to Eastpool we go. It'll be alright. There's probably not more death. One of the strange things is though, like it gave us a bunch of quests to do around the world, and it still says there's more. So maybe after game there is stuff. Like maybe you beat the game and then there's more things. Things pop up. That'd be interesting. That'd be fun. I like that.
Ah, Lord Rossfield.
That's me.
What brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
While chocobos adore glacial greens, their human masters find them significantly less toothsome, turning to them only in times of hardship, most often after the faithful steeds have already been added to the plot.
These are Gazal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed, only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde is closing in. They're coming, Sir Wade, all of them.
Damn it all, I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
Akashic, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an enormous if.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die, fighting for their lives.
So wait. You said you lacked men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved? Though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord.
I think we got two more
appeal to them.
2 more quests, and then I'm calling it. I got 2 more quests. I want to square it up, and then we're not going to go any further on story tonight.
My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
They don't look confident at all.
You send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
Your weapon, my liege.
All right. Give me a sword.
I ain't got a sword, but I got a saucepan.
I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together.
Lady, I spit-shined it, so it's +1. It's good.
For Eastpool.
But I burned the bottom making noodles, so it's only 1 now. It's not +1, it's -1. How did you burn it making noodles? I don't know. I don't know how I did.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Imagine going for dinner at your friend's house and he's like, "Oh, I just cleaned the plates the other day, gave him a good spit shine." And you like look at him like, I don't know if I trust that this guy is the guy that's making a joke right now.
Thanks to you.
That's something he would do.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Oh, don't we
Lord
all?
Rosfield, my lady, we're ready.
I actually don't like the
what's the
sound
plan
of
of
my
action?
voice.
We'll divide our
I just
forces
like
into
talking.
several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square, the perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
Alright. I don't know about Rosaria, but I'll do it for
We've
Eastpool.
no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
It's a cool sword.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
I wonder what Ultimate Blade's actually going to look
Before
like.
the storm. And here it comes.
Hello, little goblins.
I will not let this village fall.
Alright. Okay, I hit like 2 things. It's not it's not my favorite. Alright, but it's fine. Luckily, I'm so good at combat. Whoops, doodle. Anyway, luckily, I'm so good at combat that things go pretty quickly when they're against me. Oh, and Torgal's here too, so I mean, I guess he's pretty good at combat too. Oh my, not much. How much damage does he actually do? 69. Ah. That's not good. I thought Torgal did more. I hoped he did more. I mean, it all adds up.
It's over.
I guess he doesn't have a sword. It'd be cool if you could give him a sword, though, right? You give him one of your old swords and he just starts swinging it around like Sif.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield.
So the people with the face
Change
tattoos,
of
the
plan.
bad guys? Yeah. Yeah, that's the story. Yeah.
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's right
Imagine-
and headed in their direction.
Imagine if that was your takeaway. Like, oh god, where was you born?
Only Akashic remain in Eastpool.
Country do you live in? They might explain the way you're thinking. I don't
But
know.
I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
Can't believe they let the bearers become people at the end of the game. Ugh. Oh, God.
Come to tell me an Akashic Curl's heading towards the rest? Get yourself down there. We can handle things here.
Next one's mine.
The Curl was sighted on Rhiannon's ride back towards Martha's Rest. Found a speed you, my lord.
Wait, the coral? I'm doing. Oh.
Eastpool will be safe in our hands, my lord. You have my word.
Can someone else deal with the coral? Because I don't want to. Like, they're tough.
Good girl.
Go on then, Ambrose. Lead me into my death. My God. What do they want me to do? My God, I can't beat everything, okay? You know? Sometimes people, you gotta stand up for yourself. And because I don't want to do it. I said 2 quests, but it might just be the one because I don't want to deal with this. Nah, it's alright. We'll get it. Hello?
There it is. With me, Toggle. Nice try.
Want to give it a go? Ooh, that was a nice try. Here's a nicer try. You ever seen this, by the way? It's called Diamond Dust. Okay. No way. That was easier than expected. Look at that experience. 420. Corel Whisker. We already read all that stuff before, though, I think. It just talks about how it's metal when dissected, and that's why it maybe conducts electricity pretty well. Back to Eastpool. There's been an aetheric flood? Oh, no, it looks alright.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that.
Yeah, I know, it's strange, isn't it? There are only 35.
We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village.
But then there's hard mode, so...
Attacks, but all seems quiet for now.
Like, later on, it might be like...
but
you switch to hard and they become even higher.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall.
I wonder what the level on the last continent's going to be.
This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't going to rebuild itself.
It might do. If you wish hard enough. Keep wishing.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight. And I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too. And I could hardly call myself an East Poolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade.
Oh, because they love a bit of
You should be
pud.
proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
No.
Of course. And I'd be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
What kind of seeds did he deliver? I wonder.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together?
No.
Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes.
I do.
How could I forget?
Had to fight a Marlborough at the end of that.
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
Thank you again for all you have done for me and mine, my lord. You may rest assured that Eastpool will be safe in my hands. Thanks to you.
All right. Back over here to Martha's Rest. Whew. Ugh. Martha's Rest, baby. Why do they all say shield when none of them have one or use one? It's because they are a shield themselves. They just stand in front of the thing and take damage so the other guy doesn't. It is strange though, isn't it? I haven't seen a single shield, I don't think. Everyone's got swords, but I don't think I've seen a shield.
The hero returns.
The most is Titan's block.
It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Ooh. Take it before I change my mind.
It's a picture of Martha in a bathing suit. That's going in the collection.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again. And a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Like your hideaway, but not even hidden away.
To the
Though
trophy
I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays.
Right next to the picture of Karen.
Bearers living free like that. Reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, The cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison.
And that's what he did.
And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Oh, I thought it was just going to pause there for a moment. Just that was it. Just, they just stare at each other. Waiting and waiting and waiting. Martha's Rest signboard. The emblem of Arthur's Rest personnel, fiefdom, of the Golden Stables. Indomitable landlady. Indomitable landlady. To those with no love for the Empire, the settlement stands as an island of safety in the sea of anything but. Oh, man. I think after that cutscene of Jill and Clive on the beach, I actually do have Jill's bra on my mantle, so that's pretty good. That'd be pretty funny actually if they did just have her bra on the mantle. All right, we got one for the vine. Is it for the vine? Doing it for the vine. But we're gonna go speak to.
The High Cardinal. The Dominions all
It looks like Quentin a little bit, doesn't it?
And it's lucky we stayed here.
Anyway, but we got yeah.
Was that
Oh, I can't remember what her lady is. The Dame. So we're gonna go speak to the Dame, and I guess we're also gonna get a little remembrance piece from her after this is done to put on our wall. We're already filling up that wall.
We're just gonna fall in tonight.
Oh God.
I don't trust this Duke. If we're not careful, he'll undo all the Dame's hard work.
Okay, well she didn't have a retort. What up, Dame?
Oh, Clive. What am I to do?
I don't know, why?
My
What's the
wards
issue?
and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
Right.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders, second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold, a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrec. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire. One built on the confiscated property of the people.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason, he will not listen to me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrec. A man whose stated aim is to revive the Empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength and safety. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men, if it did not cost him his life. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have little appetite for further deprivation, least of all when it serves only to elevate others.
Who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke on my behalf?
I don't
For
see a
your
reason why
services to
not.
Northreach, you have the respect of the soldiers, and they will take you to His Eminence if you ask them. And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well, will you try?
Why would he get rid of the
You could
kingdom's
hardly
only
fare
brothel?
any worse than I did.
The one I only know of. The only one I visit. I'll appeal to the Duke on Isabel's behalf. I'll see what I can do.
I'll see what I can do.
No, I just said that, dude.
you,
You could have come up with something original, Clive.
Tell me then, where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
In my bed.
Overseeing the troops.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
Hey, listen to me, dude. One bearer to one Duke. I gotta tell you, I don't think you're going around this the right way. One bearer? Sorry. I'm dominant now. So, one dominant to,
Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
So, looks like he's on the bottom ground. The bottom ground. Shut up. The bottom floor. 1 second there. 1 second. I've never been up here. There might be a chest. Ah, look at that. Got myself a goddamn chest. Alright, well. Come on, boy. Let's go help Isabel. That's the dog. He goes.
Halt.
I remember when I beat those guys up because they said I
sorry
was
about
branded.
that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
The way he said
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
Has he heard about my sword uppercut flame? It's pretty cool, dude. I could show him firsthand. This is for getting rid of sex.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned. But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared. Which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place. With Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government. One whose authority is beyond question.
The people should do what they're commanded. You didn't command me to cut off your toes, and Clive just stabs him in the foot.
Any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely.
Who dis?
The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. The citizens revolt. I
That's
wonder
one
what the
citizen.
people really think of the Duke's plan.
It's literally a citizen's
to ask them, I
revolt.
suppose.
Revolt. It's not even the citizens, it's a citizen.
Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Alright, well, let's go try and get people to get mad at him. I think also, like, it's kind of shitty for a guy that was in a high position, right, before, to go to a town that he doesn't rule or have any ruling over any longer and say, like, hey, I kind of want to be, like, the hot shot now. Can we put me, like, promotion-wise? Like, I'm going to rebuild this place and lead it. Like, shut up. What up, in hand?
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain Duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
Look, I like it when my husband comes home after he's had a good time with Jill. That way, I don't have to have a fucking good time with him, because I'm already in bed trying to eat ice cream and watch Netflix. So I'm just saying the dame should be in charge. Okay.
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
I think he's a fucking puppet.
Oh, him.
Or stick up his arse.
None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
Tar. Oh my god, they would throw tar and feathers at him. Like an old comedic sketch. And what, push him off a cliff and see if he could fly? You've got enough chocobo feathers on you, mate. Come on, give it a go. Flap those hands. He'd fly over to the Empire. He'd go, oh boy, are my arms tired.
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, he's in for a rude awakening. We'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours. Whatever it takes.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Oh, I love that. There's a really old joke. The boy on my arms tired. There's a video of Crash Bandicoot coming out of a teleporter. This isn't where it originated from. It originated from like I think like an Australian stand-up. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it was a stand-up for sure though. I don't know if he was Australian, but I think it was. But there's a video of Crash Bandicoot flying out of his portal, and he goes, "I just flew out of the new ruins level, and tell you what, boy, are my arms tired." Ah! He just screams, and the video ends. It's like a 20-second video. It's one of I love it so much. It's just such a funny, random, stupid video.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies coming in the way he did. I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
I don't know, buddy.
It's not only control of the garrison he wants, it's the whole of Northridge.
There's definitely chatter among the citizens here.
We already have a leader in the Dame.
Alright, well, seems some people are into the Dame, and that one guy was like, I guess if we're safe.
One at a time now.
Vale
Enough for everyone.
courtesans. And they're giving out bread. Oh my god, the Vale, dude.
We won't forget this.
A Vale out here helping the public. Ew, what is that stew? It's like red. Like, what would give it that beets?
We don't have much, but the Dame had us empty the Vale's larders to see these poor souls fed.
It could be tomato.
That is what we do.
Ugh. Ugh, he sucked off the spoon and put it back in. Ugh.
You're the one who was talking to his
I believe he
enemy.
just sucked off that spoon in front of everyone.
Half, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
Seems like the people from like the inside are a bit less willing to be mad. Hey, what up, serious soldier?
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sandbreck is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Not if you pushed out your homes.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Sabine, you are embarrassing.
Philippe.
A whole day to
Dry some bloody linens.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Wraiths give you any trouble?
Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time.
Nah.
How can I help you?
Underhill.
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right, I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well,
Just goes
duty
into it,
calls,
stabs him.
so I better go. Thanks again.
We're gonna go over we're gonna go over to that place. He's gonna be dead on the floor. Philippe tried to kill the guy, the High
Seems
Counselor.
Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Good boy. There's one joke that I really wish I made. And I kind of made it, but I didn't make it. And it's really, when I think about it, it annoys me a little bit because it would have been fun. But when we saw Chloe turn to stone dead, and then Clive had a go at that other girl and said, like, fucking, she's dead. That's it, forever now. She's dead. And she was there crying her eyes out. I really wish I just turned right around straight after that conversation, stroked the dog, and had in the background the girl crying, Chloe dead, and Clive stroking the dog, laughing his head off. That to me, that would have been so fucking good. And I accidentally, I just didn't do it fast enough for it to be funny. Such a shame.
Ah, Clive. How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sambrek, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together, all of us. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it.
How are you going to make money?
It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together. That has always been Northreach's best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing
I
together,
guess
would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the
they're
Vale
expanding
to help
business.
keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
This might be the only
Wouldn't be
quest,
the first time.
or at least I don't feel like the only, maybe not, that we've solved, and it's not included beating up or tearing apart some kind of monster
Yet. Especially
or
with
person.
men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I
Ooh,
suspect
marriage.
I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then.
Quest complete. That doesn't sound like quest complete. Under new management. Still. Okay. Is there more? Not right now, there isn't. Maybe later there will be.
Despite my repeated advances, His Eminence has proven a difficult conquest.
Ooh.
Fortunately, I am nothing if not persistent. But, be that as it may, I might yet need you to press the point.
Okay, well, with that, we're going to head back to the hideaway. And if there's anything, we'll just have a quick look at it, but we're getting very close to a end of stream situation here. Now, the hunt board's done. I want to collect the Patron's Whispers, and I also want to have a quick look at the reading table just before we do that, just in case there's any renown from it. But I'm assuming 1 or 2 letters. Collect that renown, little reading, that's stream. Oh, maybe Oscar will have something to say in a second as well. I doubt it, though. Okay, 3 letters. Telemon maid. Thanks again for helping me get the dungeon in order. Had you not rolled gallantly to our rescue, I reckon poor Owen and them lot would still be struck. Still in Brightwater over a boner. There's always room for improvement, though. So don't get your knickers in a knot should I come a-knocking at your chamber door looking for more spheres of ash and whatnot. Mid. In loss, there will be found. It's hard to remember to believe Theo is gone. Every morning I wake, I expect him to be there in the stables, watering the birds already in the packs. Yet he is not. And it is everything I can do not to fall to my knees and weep. Still, I know I have to move on, but it doesn't mean I have to forget. My brother and I built all that we have here together. So as long as I still have the caravans, he will ever be with me, and I still honour him in his death by carrying on what he strove for in life. That is what I choose. Eloise. Man, Eloise got a real rough ending, like, honestly. It's a real shame. The courage to fight. What happened in Eastpoo with the bearers and the guardians has been a long time coming, and I'm proud that it could finally happen here in Rosaria. The duchy of old may be no more, but Archduke Eldwin's dream still burns in the hearts of many, and it is through victories such as these that the fire will spread. This is only the beginning, Clive, but a fine beginning it is, Martha. Alright. Oh, jumping at the door.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord.
Fantastic, don't forget it then. He'll go to Eastpool. He's been telling me for weeks he's going to go to Eastpool now.
Alive, are you?
Yeah.
Go on, then.
I know, it's surprising, isn't it? Alright. 3 of them.
You'll not find a better price than that.
2 of them.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
I don't know about that. Okay, and then... yeah, go on, give me another potion.
It'd better all be here.
Alright. The reason I buy short, I think I've spoken about it before, but the reason I buy not everything is because if you find them just out and about, well, when I leave here, I'm going to be full health. So it'd be better for me to leave here and pick it up and put it in my inventory rather than not. So that's why I don't, because it just, you know, you never know.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Patron's Whispers.
Come to claim your just desserts.
Alright, we've got 2 more, that's nice. Natalie reports an unexpected surplus in Damal's stores, and as means of showing the town's gratitude for past assistance, has expressed her distinct wish that one Lord Upperhill partake in their good fortune. Victor. Alright.
All yours.
Except they're all, like, kicking a dude out of his house now. Faith undying. We are the shadow that quicken in Firebird's wake, and from the shadow do serve our Lord and those who would be his wings, the undying. Ring a swift shot.
You earned this.
Okay.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Thank you. Let's have a quick look at what the ring of swift shot is then. What is that? Lowers charge time for charged magic by 0.2 seconds. Charged magic. Charged. A moment's hesitation can lend to an eternity of grave. Charged. Oh, so that would be useful for Bahamut, because Bahamut is on a charger. And there's other ones too, I'm sure, but I'm trying to think of what they are. But that's it. That's stream. Well, it's been a long one. 11 hours. It's not the longest stream I've done, though. The longest stream I've done, I believe... Well, I've definitely done over 24 hours. I've definitely done over 24. Or 24 exact, or something like that. But... naturally, the longest stream I think I've ever done is for Final Fantasy XIV, which was about 22 hours. We was playing through... Was it... I think it was Endwalker. And I kept saying... we'll probably finish up in a minute. And then we got to a point where I went, I think I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going. And there we go. But that's not happening today. I'll be back tomorrow. So do take care. Do stay safe. More of this tomorrow. Stay hydrated, people. You know, it's getting hot and stuff out. Thank you for your time and anything else you might have given me. Take care. Stay safe. Until next time.